If you want
Right.
to be a superpower, you have to be Atmanirbhar in defense for sure. There's no doubt about that. So what we require to do is to identify, do we go the Russian way for two squadrons? If at all we have to go. Third country is China, so we can't
We
buy
can't.
from there. So that is out. Yet another option which I have been considering and writing about is to have a non-stealth option with larger numbers. For example, Rafale. Rafale is a front hemisphere, stealth aircraft, 4.5 generation. And the French Air Force has decided that their own sixth generation aircraft, the FCAS, Future Combat Air System, which they are doing jointly with the some European countries, has got delayed. So they have coming out with better versions of the Rafale. The Rafale F4 is entering French Air Force. Rafale F5 will be a much advanced, they would have imbibed a large number of fifth generation technologies. One choice is that in any case, Indian Air Force is short of fighter aircraft squadrons. We are down to 31 fighter squadrons instead of 42. And our own, which is the authorized figure, and our own production numbers of the LCA Mark 1 and 2 are still, to catch up. And we required in interim some, squadrons to be imported. And the Indian Air Force has been talking about 114 MRFA aircraft for the last 6 years. But the request for formal proposal has not yet gone out. So one possibility is that either we must get a fifth generation aircraft, 2, 3 squadrons, 4 squadrons from either the Americans or the Russians, or we induct more high quality Rafale
4.5.
variants like the F5. So how the architecture works out, how the India's security establishment looks at this whole thing would have to be. I must mention that the Pakistanis have already announced, they're already talking to the Chinese for the J-31. J-31 is a smaller fifth generation aircraft of the Chinese, which is already flying, but work is still to happen. More work has to happen. And the Pakistan is also very closely working with the Turkish. The Turkey has also got a fifth generation program, which has just started. The first flight has just taken place. And it looks somewhat like the F-35. And the Pakistani technicians, 200 of them are sitting in that Turkish aerospace industry right now, working jointly with them. So there is a possibility that the Pakistanis might manage to get their fifth generation fighter
Before
either
us.
from China or from Turkey before us, and that will be a very embarrassing position. So therefore, we have to, get our act right. While we accelerate AMCA, we must also see if we have to have an alternate option. Yeah.
So you mentioned France as an option for 4.5 generation. Our NSA Ajit Dovalji went to France and made a deal